It was Random
Welcome
Lake.
back.
I said Random Lake, and you're like,
did
no,
you?
no, no. It was Silver.
It was at Silver
No one was
Creek.
that. I was
Welcome.
pretty
But it was
excited.
Random Lake, the city.
Welcome.
Hello.
We are
Just happy.
live.
Just
We are
happy.
live.
We're just hashing.
Doing.
Are we live now?
Hey, dude.
Are we doing a live?
So I was on vacation and I missed you guys. I missed missed the community. I feel like I'm talking to myself, but it's good. It's cool like that.
There goes your quality.
Really did enjoy. What?
Yeah.
Did it go again?
We can still hear you, but the quality of your video is shit.
Oh, mother flopper. Is it really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what happened. It was good.
Yeah, it was really good at the start.
I'm going to go. Is it still bad?
Yep.
Yeah.
Nothing.
I don't know what's going on. Let me think.
Bad. I wonder if I close out of let me just get out. I don't know what.
Yeah, the thing you can do is check your router for how strong the signal is right now, because sometimes signals go to shit from your ISP.
Yay, Renee's on.
Renee.
Yay, you, Renee. Okay. Okay, so you do things. I'm gonna go fiddle my router.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll get Pickle to start this off.
All right.
Sounds good. Miss you already.
All right.
Make sure your kids aren't streaming
Love you.
movies on.
Renee, he just rebooted it, so I don't think that's the issue. It's probably with his router. Anyways, we already did the intro.
We did the intro. Yeah. So 32. Let's get right into 32. Get right into it.
Yeah.
All right.
I do not have that one. Adrian, can you host?
Sure.
Sorry.
Right, I have it.
Off to a hot start.
He's got 32. You're not in 32?
I'm in 32.
Yeah.
You can host.
Oh, okay.
Pickle can host.
Let me figure out how to do this again.
Can you see?
Yeah.
You can?
Screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, perfect. All right. So here's the trades we got in 32. We only have 3 trades. And I'll talk a little bit more about this in a second. On the bottom here, we have Carmen trading with Braxton, a third for Logan Thomas. Kind of gross, kind of meh, but whatever. Braxton, he's trying to win it all, or he's trying to at least make the playoffs. Needs an extra tight end. Good trade. Pretty boring. Moving right along. Finally have a trade in the NFC. This is between Tom and Chad. Chad's given up Tony Pollard for a first and a second, both in 2024. Now, Tom here, hang on. Tom's kind of trying to go for it. We'll talk about standings here in a minute. He's kind of a fringe right now. What do you guys think about this value for Tony Pollard?
You first, Adrian.
Sorry, I was trying to log into the other screen. So
okay, I
can go first. Yeah,
I'll go first. I think it's fine. Personally, I'm not really in on that archetype of running back, but the usage is good. He doesn't really have any competition whatsoever. I mean, Rico Dowdle is never going to be a 1A. At best, he's going to be a 1B or a 2. I don't actually know how well Tony Pollard's been doing, but
he did good. He did good yesterday.
Okay, yeah, that's good enough.
But he had a one big reception.
If I'm trading for a running back, it's because I'm one starter away from being a real competitor.
If we look at Tom's team here,
he's trying to compete. We're in a tough division.
He's trying to compete. He's got Jalen Hurts. Yeah. He had Derrick Henry. He adds Tony Pollard to that mix. Brian,
that's huge, actually.
3. I think it elevates his team. His wide receivers are.
I mean, it's Keenan Allen, and then he's hero balling with the wide receivers.
So he's starting 3.
Oh, he lost J.K. Dobbins. Man, I shut it down in 2 leagues in NDL. I think because of J.K. Dobbins.
If he's him, I got to move JK.
I probably
it's not worth anything.
I probably would have spent that on a receiver.
I was going to say the same thing.
Because it's only
Usually,
start one running back in 32.
oh yeah,
And
yeah.
he's got Brian Robinson, Derrick Henry.
If I'm on the fringe like this, I don't know. I don't think.
I think he's 4-4. He might be 5-3. We'll see in a second.
Yeah, we're in a tough division.
All in all, I would say like what you paid to get Tony Pollard, maybe a hair on the high side, or pretty close to where his value is right now. But I think all three of us would agree. Yeah. All three of us would agree. Maybe put that into a receiver instead of a running back.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a fringe, wide receivers are a little more consistent and they hold value better.
So, like all in all, not a bad trade there, Tom.
Yeah, it's fine.
Chad, great for you. You're not competing, so you get a first and a second on top of that. And those are, we talked about, that's a tough division. Those could be, that could end up being the 108, 109.
Yeah, that could end up being a non-playoff first.
That could be good. And then me and Renee had a little trade going down here. I gave up Kyron Williams and Adam Thielen and a second for Jamal Williams, Tyler Boyd, Wan'Dale Robinson, and a first and a fourth. Forgot about the fourth.
I'm not gonna lie. I actually think he could have got a little more.
Yeah. No. I don't necessarily disagree. I've been shopping Thielen. Thielen's a wide receiver 3 right now.
Yeah, I've been trying to buy him in spots too.
I've been trying to sell him, and people are not interested
because of his age. But
because his age, yep.
Yeah,
and I get it. He's 33. He's not young.
If they're trying to win this year, they should have definitely done it.
Yeah, I would say in any league, if you're trying to win, Thielen is a guy that you want on your team. I felt like I probably maybe could have got more for Thielen, but I was really happy to get a first. And I like Wan'Dale Robinson.
I think that's
Tyler Boyd and Jamal Williams are there for salary cap reasons.
Boyd is actually just fine because Higgins is out-ish.
Yeah, he played last week.
Boyd's only 27.
Well, he's got a broken rib or something, so it's like
he played. He played. He didn't do much.
Snap count. Boyd also got a touchdown.
I think that's a fair trade. I think it is. I don't think
so.
You could have got more for Thielen.
I guess what I'm saying is I would have liked to have gotten more for Thielen.
Yeah.
But I was very happy to get a first in Wan'Dale Robinson. I felt like that was good. Thielen's, I don't think, going to keep this production up next year.
No.
And to be honest, I'm not completely sure he's going to keep this up all year long. I'm happy to get out 3 weeks early than flipping for a second in 5 weeks.
We've said this like 4 or 5 times in the past years with Adam Thielen. He is like, he's kind of like Cooper Kupp minus, where like he's not really the athletic genius or outlier.
Crazy, big body, physical guy.
He's an excellent route runner. He always knows how to get open for his quarterback. In scrambles, he's always the guy that finds the pocket in the defense. Like he's good, and there's not really anyone else on Carolina. So unless he gets injured, I honestly think he kind of maybe not quite this fire, but I think he keeps it up.
He's doing a really good job. I was personally, I was really happy too to trade him right before his bye week because people are going to cool way down on him in 10 days. So I was pretty happy with this trade. I think Renee was happy with this trade. We traded Sunday night. So Sunday night is a great time to make trades because people maybe aren't thinking the clearest Sunday night. A lot has happened on Sunday. And I don't think Renee made a bad trade here. But
Renee's gonna trade. She's always gonna be happy if she gets Kyron Williams or Puka.
It's not a bad deal for anybody. I mean, I think it's a good trade.
We could spend probably should have spent a lot less time on 3 trades. I know there's a lot of other trades going on. I want to touch on standings briefly. We had kind of some upset stuff here. I'm in the AFC, so I'm going to start with the AFC. Let me see if I can zoom out here.
There he is.
Get everybody.
Dumb man.
Okay. That's probably kind of hard for everybody to see. Can you guys see like everything all right?
Yeah.
That way I just don't have to scroll so much. So I'm in the AFC. I'm going to talk about the AFC. There are two teams that are just dominating. That's Braxton, the Baltimore Thrashmores, and then Tim with New England Snow Dogs. They have great teams. They're putting up a lot of points. They keep on winning. Those guys are doing great. I think they're, as close to a lock as you can be for playoffs right now. The next one that's right there is Ash. And basically his record is a little tainted, but he has a really, really tough division. His team is really solid. He leads the entire conference in points for. So again, basically a lock for playoffs. Definitely, like we said, his division is really tough, but he'll either win the division or get a wild card. Those three, I think, are the only three that are locked into playoffs right now. That don't really need to make a move, that don't need to make a push, because they're far enough away from that fringe. You've got Cole with the Cincinnati Gunslingers, who's 5-3. Renee's 5-3. Troy is 5-3, and Rizzo's 5-3. Troy and Renee are battling for the division. Only one of them is going to make it in. It'll be whoever wins that division. So those two are going head to head. But Cole and Rizzo are basically trying to get those two wild card spots. I don't think Dan is going to pull it out. Zach was basically eliminated. He has to win out. He's been very, very salty about it. But he should have made some trades. He had opportunity to make some trades that would have changed the outcome of the weekend. But I think he basically wrote himself out of the playoff picture in the AFC. You guys have anything you want to comment on that? Are any of you in the AFC for 32?
No, I'm in NFC, but
okay.
I mean, it sucks. I mean, look at his points for 701.
Yeah. Zach had a great team.
Yeah. Which I've seen that a lot. It's kind of consistent looking at these standings.
Killed being in a really tough division. And he lost to me this week. My team randomly went off. I was 1-5. And I won my doubleheader and I beat Zach to move to 3-5. I'm New York. Like, kind of a fluke. That's why we love the game. It's why we do fantasy football. I mean, those flukes, you need a little bit of luck every year. It's not just all skill. So I think Rizzo and Cole are the most likely candidates for that wild card. Maybe Troy does something, or Renee, whichever one of those two loses the division. But I think that's kind of where we're at in the AFC. Renee's made a couple trades to push. I haven't seen Troy do anything. Haven't seen Cole do a whole lot. Cole's got really high points for as well, second highest in the conference. So I don't think he's going to be trying to make a whole lot of changes with that. In the NFC, I had to write some of this stuff down. I don't follow these teams because I'm not in their conference. So the teams that I think are really good is Jason K with Motor City Mayhem. Very, very solid. 776 points for. That's crazy good. I think he has Brees Hall and John Robinson. He's got a great team. Todd with the Bourbon Street. I don't know what that is. Saints 7-1. Again, really, really solid team. High points for. We're not going to click in and look at everyone's roster. We just know that it's really, really good. And then we kind of have two other teams at NFC East, which is John and John.
And Wes. Or no, John Cielo. Yeah.
Yeah, John and John. John's Dallas, and then the other John is Washington. They're battling for the division. I think one of them is going to win a wild card. They're both, well, actually, I don't know that. If you look at their points for, it's not super stellar.
Yeah.
But record is what you need to get that wild card. So Washington, John, who has Washington, he had Justin Jefferson, so that injury kind of kills him right now. He does have a pretty easy schedule coming up, so he could probably make it through, pick up a few wins. I didn't look at his double headers to see what that looks like, but he could probably wait out that JJ injury. I don't think he needs to do anything crazy stupid right now. The other John has gotten through the hardest part of the season. So Dallas, you had Cooper Kupp and Jonathan Taylor, and you're 6-2 after not having those guys basically this far. You should probably look at getting another wide receiver. Is my only thoughts to you. But I think you've made it through the hardest part without JT and Kupp. You're going to be making a huge push. I think your points for is going to go up a lot. So I like where your team is at. Then we have 2 teams at 5-3 in the NFC West. Only one of you is going to make the playoffs. And I think it's Seattle. You look at their points for 740. I think it's second best in the conference. I'm not sure why you're not winning. It could be a little bit of user error. I didn't look at potential points. You have Mike Williams on IR. Roy, you should trade him.
Yeah, he was actually, I think, at the bottom like 3 weeks ago.
Oh, interesting.
He was like the bottom of this conference. Yeah.
Oh,
So what do you do in a position like this? It's so tough, right? Check out that NFC West, and we're all going to have this situation. Like, what do we do? I'm going to show you mine in NFL. I don't think we're talking about NFL, but when we look at NFL one of these weeks, if Zach's bitch ass comes on, did you guys say why Zach didn't come on tonight?
We don't know.
He did not tell us. We can only assume that his heart is broken.
Well, he said he was basically, pissed off about the leagues and his success rate, actually, right? So he didn't want to come on, and he said he wasn't going to listen to the show. But
if I responded like that every time I lost, guess what? I would never be on this show.
My God, if I responded like that, you guys wouldn't know what I look like.
Right. Well,
but Jay does bring up an interesting point for the NFC West. I mean, technically, all of these teams are competing if you look at their record.
Right.
I think you got to move over one column, look at points for. That kind of clears
yeah.
it up. You got two of
right.
these teams below 600 points for. You've just gotten by in an easy schedule. You're a pretender. You're not a contender. Don't do anything stupid. Don't try and trade your picks. Don't trade a first-round pick for Tony Pollard right now. That's not going to help you. That's not going to turn your franchise around.
And that's what's so tough, right, with Seattle. That's Roy, huh?
I think Roy has
You kind of just chill, right? I mean, look, his points for, his points against.
Is this the gross team we've been talking about every week? No, not really.
No, that's the Bengals and GA. Troy has a nice team. Christian McCaffrey, TBD, but he's got Jordan Mason there. So if
Calvin
something
Ridley,
happens,
ARSB.
one he could maybe get 1 week, but he's got DeAndre Swift.
He's fine.
His wide receivers are leaving a little bit to be desired, which is why I'm saying trade Mike Williams.
I don't think so, man. He's got Amon-Ra
Ridley
and he's got Calvin Ridley. I think he's fine. In a 16 team, that's fine.
I don't think Calvin.
Which team is that?
What Calvin Ridley's doing?
Yeah, Calvin Ridley's a high wide receiver too right now.
People need to be a little more honest with themselves about Calvin Ridley. Can have a good week. He's not a guy that I'm like crazy thrilled about having to start every week.
I'm not calling him wide receiver 1, but I think he's a great wide receiver 2. And Amon-Ra, you can't tell me he's not a wide receiver 1, even if he's not scoring like one right now.
Amon-Ra's great. No, Amon-Ra's great. Calvin Ridley's good after that, but there's nothing else on this team that I want to start in wide receiver.
Aguilar and Elijah Moore are both like emergency starts. It's fine. I don't know. I agree. I think it's a team that you kind of just sit on until you see something happen. If Trevor Lawrence gets injured, then maybe you consider making a trade or something like that.
Package all your taxi squad guys, Roy, and trade them for a second, and then flip that second Mike Williams.
I don't know if I'd do anything if I was Roy. I mean, he's at the top of a really shitty conference. All he has to do really is get in. Week 7 is upon us, right? Week 7 right now. Patience is going to be super key for some of these teams. Some of these teams also, I would look at the power ranking screen, when you're looking, what should I really do? His team is what? Seattle, guys, he's ranked third in he's 3-3, ranked third in power ranking. So for him, I think the rest of the division's just going to burn and it's going to light itself on fire. I think he can kind of be chill, deploy those picks or some of your ammo, maybe week 10, 11. I wouldn't get too cute if I was him, but other than that, I'm with you guys on that division.
Come see me, Roy.
Roy, you've heard it. Adrian wants the deal. Holding. Maybe don't do a whole lot right now. We all like where your team is at. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Brandon. If you look at some of the moves Brandon made at the beginning of the season, he made moves like he was trying to tank, and then he tried to make moves for players. So Brandon,
which team is he?
He's the Basket Weavers. He's the other 5-3 team in the NFC West.
Okay.
So I'm not really sure what Brandon's game plan is, but he was trading 4 picks. Like he was trading away players for picks a month ago, and then he was also trading picks for players.
So he's pivoting.
Basket weavers.
One of the thing is picks are the easiest thing to trade in these leagues because people go nuts for them. So I totally get that. Honestly, for me, the NFC looks pretty cut and dry. There's only 3 teams that aren't at the top of their division that should really be considering competing, in my opinion. The Colonials, the Basket Weavers, and the Panty Raiders. Is that what that says?
Yeah.
Those 3 teams are kind of it. And even Tampa Bay, I'm not 100% sure on that one, but
Tampa Bay, I what is that? That's Adam. You've had an extremely favorable schedule. You need to make a move for a wide receiver, Adam. If you want to be competitive, if you want to try and sneak that last wild card spot. But your schedule has been so easy.
Yeah.
That your
his PF is a little low.
I think your win-loss record is not indicative of.
So it's we're looking at 7 teams for 6. Is it 6 slots?
6 slots.
And then I think the AFC is a little more wonky. I think no offense to Brax, but I think that's an imposter team. I don't think he's going to keep up that record the whole time.
Adrian, I can't stop looking at your girl. That's not right.
Take a quick look at Braxton.
Your girl on your Bears team.
Oh,
I think I love her.
We're not even there yet.
This is not.
I'm there. I've been there.
Hang on.
I'm done. I'm almost done.
Oh my gosh.
Hold on.
I'm
done.
This team might not be. This team might finish
real
the regular
quick.
season with a few
Here
losses.
we go. We can just let them sit out for a little bit.
This team might finish the regular season with a few losses. I think they're definitely in for playoffs. But Lamar Jackson, Breece Hall, Bijan, Jonathan Taylor, Keenan Allen.
You don't like that?
No, I love that. I'm so in on that. Kyle is calling this a pretender team.
What do you think? So this is
okay. To be fair, that was me saying it without seeing the roster.
Okay, well.
What?
Well, you can't do that, Kyle. Come on.
What?
Look at the PF. Look at the PF.
That's because he didn't have Jonathan Taylor.
Okay.
His
and
PF. He is
Keenan
5th
Allen
ranked power ranking.
Is he okay? Well, it's not that. Yeah.
It's a solid team. I think Cole. I don't know.
That wasn't to say that he should throw it all away. That was just saying that I don't think he's quite in as strong of a position as people might think he is.
You're probably right.
But yes, JT and Breece Hall that's pretty potent.
With Bijan.
Yeah.
How many running backs can you start?
3.
Yeah. God dang, guys. Yeah, Zach was telling him to throw it away before the beginning of this, before the season started.
Zach was telling him in August that Braxton had no chance that Zach was going to be the wild card along with Dan or whoever the Raiders are.
Well, since Zach's not listening to this one, I can say that Zach's not the best at gauging the potential of a team.
He's also not great at fantasy football, but besides that, it's pretty good.
Excellent commissioner, grade A commissioner,
best commissioner ever.
He had double headers in within 30 minutes of the final whistle last night. He had all the double headers done.
He is solid.
I think he was just depressed, insomnia, but he made use of the time.
Kyle, how were you doing at the end of last season when you got eliminated from JB?
You could ask me the same thing for every season that JB has been up.
Yeah.
One last parting thought. I've gone on about almost 20 mintes here in 32, which is fine.
Yeah, time to move on.
But we're not even doing NFL, so
I think the AFC. I actually think it's pretty cut and dry. Sorry, Kyle. I think
you're not even on the.
It's Brett. It's the AFC.
No, that's totally fine. I don't take offense to that.
It's Braxton, Cole, Tim, and Ash, and Rizzo. Those 5 teams are in for sure, and the 6th team is just going to be Renee or Troy. It's whoever wins that division.
Hey, good job, Renee.
Wild card.
What the hell?
Neither I thought you were wild card.
I thought Renee was going to punt.
She was
about it,
but she didn't have her first round pick, so she grinded out. And
she realized it's not fun to punt.
Done an excellent job. Yeah.
Does she have Thielen? She does.
She does now. You missed that.
If you have Thielen, good luck punting. And she has. Oh
no, she bought Thielen.
She just bought.
Just got
and Kyron.
No, but she did. she did have her first, and then she gave all of her picks to you.
No, that was the Indy first.
I got it from her as well.
Oh, okay.
I got her first and the Indy first this year. Or I don't know when I got her first. It doesn't matter. That's 32.
Okay. Let's go to GA.
As you're going to GA, I've learned something, guys. I want us to really be aware of this. The sexiest teams don't often win. Now, tell that to Ash's 32 team or fucking any of his teams. But I'm learning. It doesn't have to look good. I mean, Adrian, I'll talk about your JV team in JV, but I'll let you go.
Holy
Keep going.
Shit,
GA.
you weren't kidding. Sorry.
What?
There's a lot of trades.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay, let's party.
Oh, we'll talk about this at the end.
Yeah, so let me run through these trades because it's juicy. Juicy trades. Can you make that a little bit bigger or no? Can you not? Can you
see?
Let me do this. Let me just make my screen
not
bigger.
That one.
If you control zoom and
there we go. We got it.
Yeah.
All right. So there's a lot of big names in this trade week for GA. I'm very impressed and very proud of the GA league because so we're going to start with the first one at the bottom. So we had Van. He gave up Garrett Wilson to, I don't have the names pulled up. You're going to have to hover.
Nick.
Hover. Nick.
Oh, so Nick you can't see it, huh? Nick. It's Nick Grade.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's the most trades we've ever had.
Yes, I know. So Nick gave up Marvin Mims, a 2024 first and a 2024 second for Garrett Wilson.
And just for context, Van Vikings they're punting, and then Nick is in first in his division.
One caveat: I don't know if Garrett Wilson's the guy you want to buy right now for a winner, but I like the trade.
I don't know.
I think it's super even.
I think he's doing really well.
Kyle, you not watching football this past weekend has really hurt your opinion of stuff.
You know what? The best part about my philosophy on fantasy football is that my opinions don't change week to week.
But you didn't watch Garrett Wilson this past week.
He scored 17 points. I don't care how well he balled out. He still got Zach Wilson.
He has 55 targets. 55 targets through 6 weeks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That is a lot of targets.
That's bonkers.
Yeah. So next trade we had CJ. CJ give up George Kittle and a third to James Martin for D-Hop, Hunter Henry, and a 2024 second.
Okay.
I hate it so much.
I don't understand that one too much.
I think he overpaid for Kittle, but that's just me. James is trying to. I don't know. I guess he's tired of waiting around for D-Hop to be good.
James is 6-2. CJ is 0-8.
Kittle is just as unreliable as D-Hop.
You watch your fucking mouth, Pickle.
I'm a George Kittle fan.
No, you're not. Not like that. You aren't.
Yeah, I love the guy, but guess what? He's not a feature in that offense.
He's tough to own.
Every couple of weeks, he's going to go off, but he's not. They were down the entire game this last week. He got one target, and Debo and CMC were out most of the game. And they didn't target him. They said, "Here, why don't you go block, so we can throw the ball out of bounds to nobody." So
but that was a weird game.
Breaks my heart that they do that. Breaks my heart. But
next one.
Yep.
Yeah, that was weird.
So next one is Roy gave up Adam Thielen. And I guess Thomas bought Adam Thielen from Roy for a 2024 second.
Okay, so this is about the line that I would expect Thielen trades to go down with.
But why, Roy? Why, though? So he's giving up.
He must be. Yeah, we'll look at the standings. I know Thomas made a couple moves to help his team because he beat me pretty good this week with the people he got. So I know he made a move. So it sounds like
they're
both middle of the road.
I think this is kind of just an opportunity trade. I mean, Thielen's wide receiver 3, and all it costs is a second. Like,
what a steal!
Maybe you go from being a fringe dark horse to a real contender from that. That's
And that's what you have to do. You have to make
Yeah.
trades.
If I'm in the
So
middle of the
then-
pack, I'd make that trade all day.
Yeah. So then
Yeah.
Thomas Bradner also he got Kyron Williams and gave up Jalen Warren and a 2024 first. That's pretty spicy.
I am amazed
I
at
can't.
Kyron Williams going. Like I've seen him traded like 4 times this year, and it's always been involving like Kyron's going and someone's getting a first for him.
Does any of us?
I don't
I'm
agree with
you.
that value.
I agree.
I think-
Does anyone think he's the running back next year?
I think he is.
I think
Okay.
he's a committee running back next year.
I don't think so.
I think he's the 1B. He plays a pretty clean game. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes. He gets
He's a
injured
fifth-
sometimes, but it
We've
is what
just
it is.
seen this too many times with 5th round, 6th round,
We-
undrafted.
okay, hold on.
Getting the volume. And that's all that matters.
I don't care. I mean, this year, fine. What else are they going to do? He's doing well.
But
but
if
I
he's
mean-
proven himself, why would they pivot?
It's
Why
just-
do they ever?
And
Why do they ever? But they just do.
This to me, and
I don't know why.
Kyle might say otherwise because I might be talking about 2 different archetypes of running backs, but this feels like Elijah Mitchell from last year. Everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, they got this running back in the late round! Like he's just going up." Elijah Mitchell was killing it for several weeks last year with the Niners. People was like, "This is the guy," and he's irrelevant. Now they traded for CMC, but
So it happens
like
so many
Jay's
times.
Jay's point about the 5th and 6th round running backs, like team doesn't have a lot of draft capital invested in them. If it starts to not work out at all, they're not going to hesitate to move on.
As
Or
players,
I-
go ahead.
but the thing is,
I'll-
it's worked out. So
It is
You're
right now.
right.
It is.
yeah,
Here's what
unless it
happens too.
changes, yes.
5th round running back, he gets a high ankle. Then another loser comes up, and he does really well for us and for the team.
Darrell
And
Henderson.
then it's automatic. Oh, bro.
You got picked up to a practice squad, baby.
Yep.
Yeah, the list goes on. Van, your JV team, horrible, but you're making some moves in this. I mean, your team in this one's horrible too, but you're playing it well. I mean,
Yeah,
good
he's
job.
got 3 firsts for next year already.
Yeah, you picked up Kyron off waivers, or you had him for whatever reason, and then you just slanged him for Warren and a first.
No, I think it's
Bravo,
a
brother.
great trade.
Bravo.
I think it's a good
And-
trade for both of them because it
And
definitely helped.
The Cowboys
Thomas.
team isn't even good. I mean, it's fine. It's as good as mine, and mine's middle of the road. But I mean, it could very well be the 109.
He's
Good-
he's
good
trying.
job, Van.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
brutal, by the way,
Look
because
at-
Kyron Williams got injured, so they made the trade and immediately get screwed over. Van
I
does.
hate
he'll
that.
be back. Yeah, he'll be back.
Yeah, he's fine. It's not a season ending. Just
Yeah.
a quick comment on archetype because you called me out. Polar opposite players on the field, but I agree they're pretty much identical in terms of replaceability.
Which ones?
Elijah
Kyron and
Mitchell
who?
and Kyron Williams.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Very, very good point. They're very similar.
Let's get
Okay.
to the juicy ones now. So we got Joe gave up Romeo Dobbs, which is, I don't know, mind blowing to me because he's a
Huge Packer fan.
yes,
Mhm.
and Justin Jefferson and Taysom
And his
Hill.
other love.
You believe that? Yeah.
Yeah.
And he got Amari DeMarcado, whatever his name is, Tyreek Hill, and at first.
I love
So,
it.
guys,
Okay, this is another one that happened
This is
before the
it.
week. DeMarcado is no longer worth anything.
Well, no, but I mean, that really didn't have much to do with the trade.
No, I
This
don't
is
think it,
th- this is a
added a lot.
yeah, this is 100% a Tyreek for JJ trade because what's his nuts? Joe is 6-2, and he's not going to be 6-2 for long if he has Justin Jefferson on his team.
I think it's a
Right.
great trade.
Yeah,
Brian is the king of picking up these running backs and then packaging them up or slanging them for picks.
yeah.
He's also the
Yeah,
same guy
definitely.
that gave up Kyron to Adrian for a third, just
Right.
for portfolio construction over his teams. When most times it works out. Just like he's adding DeMarcado as maybe a kicker that I'm sure it wasn't leaning, one
Also
way
give
and
him
then
a third for
DeMarcado
DeMarcado,
tipped it
too.
over. You what?
PSA.
Oh, did you?
Give him a third, yeah. So
PSA.
Yeah, it'll end up balancing out. But
Yeah.
Don't
here it is.
overreact, guys. Please stop doing it.
But
No,
here's
keep
this.
doing it.
Yeah.
This is a big deal, right? Justin Jefferson. We're either buying him for Tyreek plus or selling him for Tyreek plus. So,
Right.
and then Tyreek's tier, right? So that's a big deal. I'm looking at dealing with Braxton. He's got Tyreek.
Well, he just
I,
yeah.
in NFL.
Right.
But this is
I like it.
should Tyreek Hill be the wide receiver one in Dynasty, guys?
No,
What the
he's too old.
guys?
He's
No,
too old, and
Jefferson.
his
only
whole
20
game
years.
is speed. We know that
Seriously,
speed dies
He's
out
got a
faster
couple more
than
years. Yeah.
I
than
know.
running.
that.
Hey, but also, who gives a fuck,
Yeah.
right? And
In
I'm
these
whispering.
leagues, in
I
these
guess he'll
leagues,
be
we
30
should
by the end of the
consider
year.
it.
I'm
Yeah.
whispering because Braxton might be listening.
If he,
But
I don't know.
why? So why? So just because his age, he's not the wide receiver one, right? Also, who cares? Because he's not dying at the end of the season, right? He's probably going to
We don't
play.
know that.
That's very true. That is bingo, baby. Okay, hey, I love this trade. I don't even know which
I
one I
agree.
like more. I mean,
And
I'll take getting Justin Jefferson and Tubbs.
I think I would
If I'm
take
not
that Tyreek
competing.
and the 24 first.
He might flip.
That's why it's so good.
And
Yeah, I
then
think
so
I take
that's
Dobbs and Jefferson.
that's his first coming back. So he can either keep it if his team falls apart anyways, or he can sling it for another piece that wins now.
All right.
Tyreek.
All right.
Next trade.
Keep going.
Next
Adrian. You're on
one is
fire.
another JJ trade. So we got
Love it.
Jamar Chase for Justin Jefferson.
Great trade.
These are
Yeah.
the only two. These are the only two players I would consider a 1-for-1 swap with for wide receiver.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cole's
And it's
not
perfect
competing
for both
this year.
sides.
He's playing for the future. Braxton needs points because Mache is creeping up on him. So he made a move. He needs
Great trade.
He's also 5-3, so he's still in it.
Yeah, the standings in that division are neck and neck, and they're all pretty mediocre through 6 weeks. But
and
good job, Braxton, for getting Chase, and not having to add.
Yeah,
so the next one is Gardner Minshew for a third.
Gross.
Okay, moving on.
Yeah, pass.
Next one's even
We
worse.
got another one, Bateman, and a third for Foreman and Burks. Another.
Why?
I don't get either side of this.
Ash has all of his running backs on bye, so he needs Foreman just to get through the week, and he likes Burks over Bateman. I was talking about it because I was trying to trade with Ash today.
I agree with
that.
Yeah,
but everyone does.
Yeah.
Why would?
I don't know why the other guy
Who
agrees
is
with it.
this?
That's Brian. Oh,
So
come
Brian-
on, Brian.
I don't get it, Brian.
Brian's in full on tank mode. He's trying to get
he
to
traded Traylon Burks away for nothing.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm not seeing if he's going to respond, if he's in notes, if you guys can see notes that come in or comments. But it would be neat to see. Okay. It would be neat to see if he believes in Bateman for next year, which I don't mind Bateman for next year. Maybe he's somewhere else. Maybe a change of. Oh, I think I talked to him about that. Maybe a change of scenery would do him well.
Yeah, what you got to think too is Burks hasn't really lit it up either.
Yeah,
you're right, but
that's true.
But it's kind of a
could
pointless.
be Bateman in a couple of years.
Tannehill is out next year, and D-Hop.
Will Levis is in, so it's gonna be more of the same shit.
D-Hop. Burks has
a lot less. Burks they both don't matter.
A lot less competition.
Is that what Brian said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They both don't matter.
Fair enough.
There you go.
Then,
all right.
But why, Brian? Don't we have a little bit more hope for Burks than Bateman at this point, or then why? I know the third. Did you like the third? Maybe.
No way he liked the third.
I think Burks
can't be a good third.
It was a cash out for Foreman.
I actually think Burks is holding more value right now than Bateman is.
Oh yeah.
How we all reacted, they might be the exact same thing, but Burks is still tradable. Bateman is
not
radioactive. Not at all.
Yeah, I think it's even.
Anyways, moving on.
All
right, so then we got the big trade between Renee. Was it Renee? Renee and Mitch? No, Michael. Michael Ramos.
That's Michael. Yeah, Michael.
So Mitch gave up Kamara, Gallup, and Jacoby Myers, and got Lazard, Rondell Moore, and Sky Moore, and Christian Watson.
Okay,
It's,
so wait, is this yours, Pickle?
Yeah.
So you gave up Kamara. You were just getting out of the Kamara business.
What
My
is-
Are you?
my team
what-
sucks.
What is
Oh, your team
Kamara's
sucks.
salary?
My team is 41.
Okay.
My team blows. I want to move Kamara before I can't. I want to move Myers before I can't. I don't trust Myers to keep production up. He's been very serviceable thus far. I wanted to move him this week, and I had a trade with Ash that he said was super fair, super even, but he was like, "Oh, I can't make this trade. This is like a week 10 trade. I can't make that trade right now." So I went and found who Ash was playing this week and traded him Kamara and Jacoby Myers.
Oh, who is that? That's so good. Is that Mike Ramos? Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know, like as far as value is concerned, maybe I could have got more for Kamara. I'm very happy to take the shot on Christian Watson, and honestly,
Yeah.
to take the shot on Rondale Moore right now. And more. I mean, how can you say no to that? It's just maybe a bad trade. I said this before we started. I took the Adrian approach. I'm paying money to be in these leagues. It's entertainment. Yeah. I don't have a share of Christian Watson anywhere.
Just to throw it out there,
Do it.
Jacoby Myers is wide receiver 13 through 6 weeks, and that's including that he missed week 2.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
So and Devontae just got injured. So this is one of those where I probably would just hold Jacoby instead of trying to sling him for the first person that sells.
He's also
I'll put it.
That bites me in the ass sometimes too.
He's $1 in salary cap. Like I think he's
6, I think.
No, he's $1.
He's $1.
Yeah. So the big move is Mike is competing and he needed a running back because he has McCaffrey and he has Montgomery.
Oh.
He's not 6. I don't know why that's the way it is. He's $1.
Okay.
Yeah, he's $1.
That must be like when he was first rostered.
It could be.
Oh, that's the wrong team.
It could
be why.
$1. Adrian, what were you saying?
I said he needed a running back. So
yeah, because he had
McCaffrey and Montgomery. Yeah. So even though McCaffrey may play, we don't know. So he didn't have a running back at all. So he needed it and he's competing. So I think it's a good move.
Also,
that's what I say.
I'll put it like this. So just breaking down, I don't care about Rondale Moore and Sky Moore. They can eat D's. So Lazard too. Don't care. Yeah. They can all jump in a fire. Michael Gallup, don't care.
Nothing. Not worth it.
So Jacoby Myers, let's break it down. We all like Christian Watson, right? Everyone likes Christian Watson. I love him. That's the type of player that I want on my team. Jacoby Myers, very serviceable. I like Alvin Kamara. But to get Christian Watson from someone's roster, is it going to take more than Jacoby Myers?
Yes.
Yeah. Are you going to deal Christian Watson for Alvin Kamara?
No.
Yes, I would. This year, I would.
So you would take Alvin Kamara for Christian Watson?
If I'm competing and I'm a running back away, yeah.
Well,
Christian Watson
you need somebody, but normally
Christian Watson's replaceable. He's not even a starter every week for me if I'm a competitor.
Okay. So does salary matter to you? Because he's $40.
It only matters if I can't afford the salary.
If you have a contending team, you probably have like no cap space.
Yeah.
So you probably make the move Watson for Kamara straight up.
$40.
Yeah, then I wouldn't do that. That's a good point.
So if you want Christian Watson, or if you want, a solid wide receiver 2, maybe I have him as my wide receiver 24 in Dynasty. You're going to have to pay more than Jacoby Myers, and it's probably going to be Jacoby Myers and
Alvin Kamara.
A couple seconds.
Fair enough.
Kamara is probably going to be a couple seconds. No one's going to give you a first for him. I want a first, and I'm going to try to get it in JV, but it's going to take someone with some cap space and some probably desperation. So if you're going to want a Christian Watson on your team, which I do, I traded for him in my punt team in 32 earlier this year. This is just what it's going to take. A $40 Kamara and a $1 Jacoby Myers for a Christian Watson, and then you just pocket Christian Watson and you move on for next year.
I want to add to that Alvin Kamara is this is kind of a trade where I would encourage people to look at the points leaders because Kamara's running back 23, only having played 3 weeks.
I'm into
And
it too.
Jacoby Myers is wide receiver 13, having played 5 weeks.
I completely agree. I was
This is
trying
dynasty,
to
though.
I was trying to sell these people as like these are insanely good win now guys.
Yeah.
Like
I'm not
insanely good, and everybody is looking at age, and Jacoby Myers isn't a flashy name. I'm out, and it's like, hey, if you want to win, like you got to look at this stuff. If you're trying to win,
the argument
I think
can
that's
be
what, I think that's
made.
what you're saying, Kyle. Sorry, I kind of interrupted you.
I'm not saying it's a bad trade in either way. I think it's fair, but I am saying that this is where some people don't look hard enough before they make a trade. And again, not saying it's a bad trade.
The thing
I do
is,
that constantly.
Jacoby Myers isn't going to give you the boom potential as Watson, but finishing at the end of the year, they could be very similar for the next couple of years. And I know it's kind of gross saying Jacoby Myers versus a freak athlete like Watson, but
I like
Jacoby Myers just gets it done, bro. I don't.
Adrian's trying to say something.
Yeah. I like Jacoby Myers. I mean, I've tried to buy him, but most of the people that had him was Cole because he bought him the year before, real cheap, and he's not getting
Raider fan.
We do this every year with these players. Just because they're not flashy doesn't mean they're not good.
Well, yeah, they score points.
There's two types of players for me. There's two types of players in this context. There's the boom bust flashy players that everyone wants, the Christian Watsons, which is fine because I mean when he hits, he really hit. He is a 40-point kind of guy. And then there's the every week they're getting 15 points. And honestly, that 15-point every week is probably going to finish higher. It's not going to win you a week, but it's never going to lose you a week either because you can slot them in and you can expect 10 to 15.
Yeah.
Well, it's just it's mainly just age. I mean, the thing on Watson is age.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously Thielen is scoring more points than Watson, and Thielen's the person to have. But in Dynasty, is it? It's different when it comes to Dynasty. That's why I like Dynasty and I like these leaves. So let's move to standings. So before we blow this whole hour on.
This is going 2.5 hours. I'm so ready for it.
All right, so I'm going to run through this and going to run through it. AFC North. What'd you do?
I don't know. I don't know what the normal one you guys look at is.
Just go to home, main.
Just go to home and then do
in standings. Yeah, go to league standing.
It's one of the tabs: main, my team, research, league calendar.
Under your hide message.
Oh, league standings.
Get rid of that message. You might be able to see something.
All right, so I'm gonna go through AFC North real quick. So we pretty much have James Martin and Ash battling out for first in that division. 6-2. What the hell are you doing?
We're good.
I got rid of the message. Man.
All right, so we got James Martin and Ash battling out 6-2. James is killing it with 0.4. I mean, he's over 160 points ahead. So Ash is doing a good job keeping up. And I know Ash makes moves. And I know James makes moves. So it's going to be a battle to the end. AFC South is a lower scoring division, but we have Michael Ramos at the top at 6-2. Good thing he's in the AFC South because if he was in another division, he wouldn't fare so good. AFC East, we have Joe and we have Ryan at the top at 6-2. Another 6-2 battle. The points for a little bit closer, 741 and 728. I know Joe made a move to help, and because he can, I think, feel Ryan breathing down his neck, trying to take that top spot. So that's why he made a move. Ryan, you might want to challenge Joe and maybe make a move if you need to keep him out of the top spot because we do not want to hear him again next year. AFC West, Tony Lopez sitting at top 7-1, 815 score. Zach, the ghost for tonight, is at 6-2. He's got a good 834, and he can. It's either one of them. It's Tony or Zach. Zach will never trade, so and Tony does trade, so we'll see what happens. But they're both competing. So strong divisions: AFC North, AFC West. I think, are the two toughest divisions. Then we have AFC East, and then the AFC South bringing it up. We go to NFC North. NFC North is a close division, but a poor division, if you will, low scoring. But we have Bill and Casey battling out at 4-4 for first place in the division. Wild card's probably not coming from this division, but we will definitely have a winner. NFC South,
we have
we have Nick at the top at 7-1, and at 686. So it's actually pretty close, even though the records are not close. The points for are pretty close. So we talked earlier about Roy. He's at 4-4. Does not look like he's competing. Looks like he might be playing for next year.
Hold on 1 second.
Especially based on that trade. So it's just JW and Nick battling it out for first place. Roy can still make it, I think, with his points for. I mean, it's still possible, but it really depends who he plays really on the doubleheader, because there's some strong scores in the AFC, which makes it rough on doubleheaders. NFC East, Jason K finally suffered a loss.
Hi, Jason's daughters.
Fuck you, Jason.
Hey, watch your mouth.
Kids have the earbuds in.
Settle it down up there.
Not.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey.
Okay, girls.
Other Jason. Other.
Hi.
That was bad timing. Bad timing. Tom.
Hold on. Can we'll just cut it here? How about that?
I think Jay missed all of that.
Oh, excellent. That's exactly what I'm looking for.
Hello.
Okay,
What's that? It's your birthday tomorrow? Is that what you said? What did she say?
You say see you tomorrow?
Oh, see you tomorrow.
Oh,
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
see ya.
I'll be right back.
All right.
Hey, next time you guys go to Hawaii, you need to invite all of us.
Did you have?
Yes.
Yeah.
You need to invite us all. You can't just go by yourself. You have to invite us too.
Love you guys.
Did you? Yeah. Okay. It's time for bed.
Good night. All right, back to the NFC East, and we'll take off Kyle's filter now. Jason K lost this week, which is good. Good for us, because we also hear it from him if he's winning in his one ring. Then it's followed by Justin Berry at 6-2, so he's trying to compete. But check this out. So this is what I was talking about with the trades and Thomas Bradner. He's making moves. He made 2 moves. He got Kyron Williams, and then he got Thielen to make some moves. And he scored a lot of points. I think he probably scored the most points this week in the NFC. And he's creeping up on Jason, even though he's at 5-3. He's got 762 points for, and Jason's at 798. So Thomas is making a move. It's possibly possible that he can make a wild card, just depending on what happens. Justin is at 694 in points for. So I mean, it's still possible that Thomas can make a move, and he is making moves.
He's also 2 games behind in conference, so he's got some work to do. But this is the type of shit that I would do if I
got more. We
still got more. In that position, I'd absolutely do that. Yeah.
Yeah, we still got more weeks. Anything can happen.
I'm rooting for the Cowboys here.
Oh my.
Hey, what do you think?
Take it
What do you
back.
think about? What do you think about Dotson for A-Chain?
Fuck you, Jason.
Adrian?
Did you hear that,
What?
Jason?
What? You're
Yeah.
not trading me, right?
Okay, so we were
Yeah,
talking
Adrian.
about, no, hold on. Just
No.
pause real
Oh.
quick. We were talking about the NFC East, and he goes, Jason K is still in the lead, took his first loss. And I go, fuck you, Jason. And I look down, and your kids are both right there.
They both had your AirPods in. Your
just-
girls had the AirPods in, and they just hear Kyle say, "Fuck you, Jason."
Oh, they probably did. That's
Yeah.
why she said something. You, Jason? Yeah,
My
unfortunately.
bad.
my
My
gosh.
bad. It wasn't.
They
it
don't
wasn't-
usually hear straight "fuck you," but I've
Well,
been known to drop an
they
F.
heard it there.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
heard it.
Not the last
apologize.
time.
They
Where's the
usually
swear
hurt
jar?
they usually hurt their fingers and
No
tell you that way,
problem.
right?
Yeah, dude, I know. Dude. Those are I can't change my avatar on all my leagues.
That's awesome.
I know.
All right, last one, and then we can go on a tangent. So NFC West, we have Braxton. He suffered a loss this week, hence why he probably traded Jefferson
Good.
because he can't take any more losses because Mache is right on his tail. 5-3. They're both 5-3. Mache is creeping up, and it's going to be a tough road, a tough division between the both of them. So I have no shot. Earl has no shot. So it's just it's going to be tough.
Dotson for A-Chain.
Never.
Nope.
Wow.
No, I'd take A-Chain every time. A-Chan.
Chan.
Did you see how many points Dotson scored this past week?
0?
Well, you don't need him for this year.
Well, I don't need HN either.
Well, we
this
didn't
year.
need him last year either.
Oh no, Dotson did well last year.
No, he didn't. He only
Dotson
played
was
played
a
like
fine
3
rookie.
He was
He's
above
been a
average for a rookie.
disappointment. He's been a disappointment this year for sure.
huge letdown.
Well,
And one
Washington
thing I
has
just want to
Terry
say.
McLaurin. God, Terry
One
McLaurin.
thing
So
I want to
good.
say before I drop the mic to y'all is Renee said no committee in LA.
Yeah, I put that
FYI.
up way long ago.
Yeah, I just wanted to repeat it. Thank you very much.
There you go. Let's
I
look
have
up the
no
rest of-
faith
Thank you, Renee.
that Kyron's going to do anything of importance next year. Now he probably will be just fine, but he's not going to do this. Not in my opinion. I've had too many boners for 5th round, 4th round, 6th round,
Yeah, but
undrafted phenoms.
I think they liked him a lot.
Oh, stop! They liked him
There's-
so much they drafted him in the 5th.
Yeah, there's context to all of this. I mean, that we've seen it happen where that day 3 guy pops off, and
Yeah.
it happens
So
more
many
often
times.
with wide receivers than it does with running backs because running backs are so disposable now, anyways. So
It still happens
it's
with running backs.
yeah, it's just
Look it up.
Eckler is the
It
one that
doesn't
comes to
happen
mind.
very often.
Yes, it does.
Hey.
Eckler is the one that comes to mind. James Robinson comes to mind. By the way, James Robinson,
picked up.
Green Bay Packer. Let's go, baby. Anyways,
I would
All right, let's
love for
move
him
on.
to be something.
Hey, on
All
a
right.
quick
Who's next?
side note,
he was running back
Sure.
2 years ago or whatever.
I'm talking with Michael
I
Ramos
love
right now,
James.
Yes.
and he
Okay.
said looking forward to listening to the pod for the first time because he knows he's getting talked about. So if you want to be in on the pod,
Oh,
like make a
Good.
trade,
Some
or do
ways.
something crazy. He's like, I'm looking
Some
forward to it.
ways.
See what people have
Compete.
to say about the trade. So be active.
Brian also said, make sure to always beware of his auto accept. He'll send out his trade bait emails, and it'll just
Oh.
be auto accept for a 3rd, auto accept for a 2nd, and he'll smash it. He doesn't care.
He does. I've taken advantage of it twice already. I've got
Who's that?
He's been doing it.
and
He's been doing it for a couple of years now, a few years now.
he's got Rashad White up. So check it out. AFC
I
SF2
don't really want to
IFI
Yeah.
for a
I
second.
bet he's not.
Third.
For a 2nd.
A 3rd, yeah.
and a 3rd. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
For a 2nd and a 3rd.
Yeah. It's
Oh.
not bad value. I mean,
Michael
really.
might already listen to the
Right.
podcast every week. He just is
Yeah.
not
Fine.
looking forward to this one.
I mean,
Oh,
I
is that what
think
you said?
I think he
Okay.
throws up fair values. I think.
Oh, he does. He's
Yeah.
well. Look at he just slaying. He got Bateman for Burks.
I wish I
love
had
Burks
his
for that.
intelligence on trading just players, but I hate getting rid of players. I think they're going to end up doing something, and I can't do it. I can't
Well,
just get rid of somebody for
I
third. So I wish I had
actually-
his.
I took a look at the waiver wire today, just before the pod, and there are 3 separate people on the waiver wire that I sent seconds for last year, and the person said, "No, I want to see what he does."
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no, I get it. It's a sickness.
Hey,
Yeah.
while we're talking about
is.
waiver wire,
Only a second. He said now he's
Go
dropping
get-
the 3rd.
go get Julio.
Brandon.
Yeah.
No one, no,
Julio.
stop it.
Go
Julio.
pick
No,
him
if I
up.
had if I had
He
room,
belongs
Brian,
on the
but I don't
waiver.
have room.
Probably got to
unfortunately.
bid like $18 to get him. I would do it.
I'm gonna
18
not
years.
do it just to clog someone's roster with salary.
Let's all hurry and not do it.
That person's gonna be me.
Are you in JB yet?
Every single league, 1,000.
Go to JB, and
right.
then you can end it with SF2. And then we'll just say, love you, NFL. Catch you when, what's his name? Zach. Doesn't have his panties on. All right, so
We're doing
JB. Yeah. I'll go through. I'm not gonna go as extensively as you guys in the standings. I really just look for what kind of mattered the most this week. The trade right there, we have one single trade. The fuck was that, Adrian? The hell is your problem?
I had to have something for y'all to talk about, for you to talk
Listen,
I actually like this
Renee-
trade. I think this is a big trade.
Renee doesn't even like dudes. You didn't even have to do that. You didn't. I don't know what wheels you greased or what was happening. I don't know how you got feeling for some joke of a running back, but is it super high salary?
Excuse me?
No, it's not. The sad thing is I had Thielen at the beginning of the year when he scored 3 points, and I traded him to Renee. But Renee's not competing this year, and McLaughlin, he's looked good.
You stop it.
He's looked good.
Stop it.
Okay, hold
Yeah,
on. Wait,
I
I have thoughts on this. This is a perfect example
Surprise,
of the
surprise.
type of day 3 undrafted guy that is going to
God.
outperform all expectations. We're seeing Philip Lindsay all over again.
You know who's
Where's
outperforming
Phillip
expectations
Lindsay now?
that was undrafted?
Adam Thielen.
He's holding the bench warm next to him for McLaughlin.
I'm pretty sure Raheem Mostert wasn't undrafted.
Yes.
I think he was
no,
like
he
a
was
7th
seventh
round
round. He was
draft
7th round.
Seventh?
Okay.
Might as well.
Hey,
be.
and they're
Arian
listen,
Foster, anybody?
Okay, broken
Okay.
clock. We get it.
He's
But
actually
it's just
$12.
not gonna-
Goddamn, guys.
$12 for that guy?
That was definitely a waiver when he popped off the first time, and everyone was like, "I'm gonna put all the money down."
I did. I put $12 on him.
I feel like trading
got
him
him.
for Thielen is a steal of the century, Adrian. Nice work.
Okay, hold on.
Hide that message for us.
Hold on.
Well,
That was a great trade for you, Adrian.
yeah.
Renee, thanks for
He
nothing.
may not play. He may not play after this year. Maybe.
Oh, who cares? You
No, I'm
traded
just saying
McLaughlin.
it's a good move for Renee
Come on.
because
Should we take
she
a
got
look at
something for him. She doesn't need his points because she's not competing this year. So.
Hide the message.
Boo!
Hide the message.
Boo! I'm rejecting this. No, it's
What?
not you.
What?
Never mind.
All right,
What's he
listen.
doing?
Thanks. Are we
Bad trade,
done
Renee.
with that trade?
Bad
Or
trade
one
offer.
trade in JB?
Yeah.
Not this one.
We want to go to
Did
Stan.
Renee?
Quick talk.
She
Yeah,
sent
we'll go
trash
Stan.
for Zach Evans. Anyways.
Well, all right.
Here
So
we
check it
are.
out. The NFC North. Really, I was just looking at this week. What matters most, and it's the NFC South. NFC South. It's that hodgepodge of what do we do. Tim finally has a team that I'm not absolutely trashing, but it is still so garbage. This type of team is, what is it, 6-2.
6-2.
It's better than my team, and he's rocking Brock Purdy and Stafford. I would feel very uneasy if I went into the season with that. Accidentally hit on Swift. Great. Brian Robinson, pretty serviceable. He's got Saquon. Blah. Who cares? James Cook, he was doing pretty good. Came back down to earth, and his usage has gone to shit. I don't know what's happening with him. And then his wide receivers are trash, but he has Adam Thielen.
His wide receivers are not
It's
trash.
Stephon Diggs.
What are you talking about?
Is Diggs
Listen,
Thielen?
this is a start 3.
Are you blind?
I don't like Nuke. I don't like Gallup. I don't like Chark.
You don't have to
If
like
I
him.
had-
He's
if
got
I had-
two of
if
the
I had
top
Justin-
5 wide receivers. Doesn't matter
If I
who
had
else.
Justin Jefferson on this team, I would still not like this team.
What are you saying? You have to start 3.
Yeah, start 3 wide receivers. I mean, yes, I love Diggs. I love him.
Josh
I
Palmer,
love him
DeAndre
at 37.
Hopkins, DJ
You stop.
Chark.
You need to stop words. Because Tyler Boyd and
That's not
Paris
impressive.
Campbell and Chark and no, I'm just saying, I'm congratulating him. I want to spotlight Tim because I gave him holy hell
Yeah, you
last year. I did. And then he's kicking out Gesicki and Taysom Hill and Austin Hooper. So I just wanted to run through this, and he's got Wan'Dale Robinson and no one else on taxi. So
Zach Evans.
Tim, you have your picks. Yeah. So you have your picks. Well done. This is
He's
the
a wide
perfect
receiver
type
one
of
this
team.
week.
Who was it?
Zach Evans. He's the only one that's active on the roster right now.
He doesn't even promote him. I wouldn't promote him
Oh,
He
I
either.
doesn't
wouldn't
need
either.
to.
Yeah, I wouldn't
I'd
doesn't
either.
sell
need
him. I'd
Yeah.
Brian it right now and sell him for a third, 2/3.
How
Get crazy
dare
with
you.
it. So this is the perfect type of team that you just keep on riding. I
Yep.
don't spend my first round draft pick. I maybe spend my second because whatever, and my third and fourth, whatever. But you ride till the wheels fall off and just let Jesus take it, because it might be all right. I probably would abort, but you don't have to sell necessarily. So keep on going, Tim. I hope the best for you. You will lose, but I really pray the best for your $100 buy-in. So then we have Nick in the NFC South. Better, but this is rough too. I don't know what happened to Derrick Henry. I don't know if they're saving him for the playoffs. I sure hope so, because I have him on some teams, except for in JB. I hope he burns
He's
in
not
JB.
doing
Just
that
in J-
bad.
Yeah, he's
He's,
done
I
No.
think he's running back
He's
12
doing
right now. I
good.
mean, that's fine. That's fine.
Listen, yes, and running back 12 is just fine. I don't mind.
Joe
But
Mixon's the
his
one you got to be
usage,
concerned about.
do you have
I
to
think
you have to
whatever.
understand he got 97 yards, but his 1 yard was some broken down play that ran for 63 yards. That's rough. That's tough to plan for. So, hey, I'm into it too, because it all spends the same. This Nick, I would probably pivot to maybe spending some capital in the next coming weeks, because you can easily take this division. James, the Falcons. What I like to do when I see your teams, James, is just I like to do this, because if I look directly at it, I swear to God, I think I'll die. And I hate all your teams. But they do
Jesus.
win. They do win. So, and hey, you're doing better than me, James. That's why I prefaced with they don't have to look good. And James, they don't, buddy. But they're winning. You've got Jordan Love, Baker, and Bryce. Good luck. But you got ETN, Kyron, ride it. Jordan Addison. I'm a little down on Jordan Addison, but he's not doing all that bad.
He's a
I
wide
love
receiver
Hollywood.
one for
Who
4
doesn't?
weeks.
Probably
What is it?
6.
Jordan Addison's a wide receiver one on that team for 4 weeks. They have one of the best offenses in the league, sort of. Sort of.
Yeah, they
Pass
pass a
happy.
lot.
Pass
They
happy.
they struggled this week, but I didn't watch their game, so I'm not exactly sure what happened. Losing JJ probably puts a wrinkle in the plan. But
Zach
Jordan
Evans
Addison.
No, go ahead.
Jordan
Sorry.
Addison has a chance to do well. But he got how many targets? He got 5 targets, 3 for 28. I'm pretty bummed about it. But you have a team that's hitting. Losing Rodgers was rough. Knowing you probably don't have any picks, but you just keep on going. You could make the playoffs. You will not win, but that's okay. I probably wouldn't spend any more capital, but who knows? Ride Kyron for what he is. ETN looks great. I want to ask you guys something.
Yes.
How much are you spending for ETN? No salary included. Would one first isn't getting it done. 2?
No.
I traded for ETN in the offseason, and I traded 2 firsts.
Yeah.
Two,
that's just what it is.
like 2 pretty middle firsts.
I don't own any ETN, and I'm not sending more than 1 first for him.
Well, the time
Maybe
to
a
buy him was
second.
probably a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I don't know, but why? This is someone who has the draft capital that I feel very, very comfortable that he will be the running back 1 next year.
Oh, yeah.
That has to go into what I'm spending, right? I want to say how I'm spending my draft pick right now, right, on ETN. I'm drafting right now the next 2. Was that Kyle?
Yeah.
What was that? It sounded
Disgusting.
gross.
That was
Gross.
disgust.
And I wanted it. What was it? Was it just spit?
Yeah, it was the
question
back of my
was
throat. It was
ETN?
a spit.
Yeah, that was gargly. So I don't know what's going to happen out of the NFC South, but I would bet my buy-in for all of NDL that the winner isn't coming out of the NFC South. But hey, balls to the wall, guys. careful with how much you're going to spend to just really go in on this year, but you're doing well. You're doing better than I am in this division, in this league. That said, AFC, I'll just highlight just a couple things. Very fun to see Jason K fail in this league. Well done, Kyle.
He's 1-7.
Hanging on. Let's look at. Hold on, all reports. Hey, I love the power ranking page, guys. I just found it, and I'm desperately in love.
I actually,
Yeah.
I use it pretty regularly.
Yeah. Hey,
Because
Kyle.
it also like consolidates all of the PP and the PA and the PF and everything.
Yeah, I just usually play. I don't really.
No,
but,
fair enough.
Hey,
Play
dude,
lose.
you got the 101 in his pick right now.
Wait, no, that's not true. That's not true.
It looks like, yeah.
I have the 101, and then I also have the 104.
Dude, that's really fun.
And I technically have the 107.
That 104 can turn into the 103. That's pretty close PP right there.
I trust Jason K to fuck this up.
Oh, he's been doing so well at that, dude. And hey, you have a great, not a good team, Kyle. You have a great team. And you're going to add Caleb Williams, brother.
I'm so excited.
I am so pissed and happy about that, dude.
You guys wanted me to push a couple weeks ago.
Push what?
For competing because our division or our conference division is so tight.
I never did.
No.
Not me. I was kind of along for the ride. It was very fun watching you and Jason go back and forth, or watching him attempt to get his pick back. So very, very fun. Hey, I pull the ripcord quicker than anybody, so I don't blame you for wanting to punt. So well done. You've got some killer picks. You're going to be a force next year. Van, trash team. What the hell is happening? Adrian.
Yeah.
Showcase.
Mother, father. I swear to God, dude. That salt and pepper beard never looked better, brother. That trade, sending JJ. I swear to God. God dang it. Tony, salt of the earth, brother. I'm very sorry that happened. JJ is wonderful, and he will be back. Guys.
You traded JJ before he got injured, right?
He traded JJ in the offseason.
Okay, wait. Can we just highlight the efficiency, though? What are you doing, Adrian?
That doesn't mean nothing. That just means I can't set the right lineup.
Yeah, that's something.
I got a question. Real quick.
You could be 6-0.
You're on the clock. You're sitting about 108 in a regular snake draft, okay? Startup Dynasty League. Are you taking CJ Stroud or Justin Jefferson in a Superflex league? Huh?
Sitting in 108.
12-team league.
So
the top quarterbacks went off.
7 QBs went before my pick.
7 QBs left.
If you're 108 and JJ's still on the board, who are you taking instead of him that's not a QB?
You got to take JJ.
So the first position player is going to be JJ.
Yeah.
So are you taking CJ Stroud or JJ? Just what's your gut say, guys?
If it's
Kyle,
7 QBs, I'm probably taking CJ Stroud.
Okay.
Like if 7 went already.
CJ Stroud or JJ?
I think I'd have to take JJ.
Okay, wrong answer. Pickle.
Here's why I'm going to say JJ.
Sorry, Adrian.
Okay.
In drafting, if you're on the back end of a run on a position, even if it's the first round, you're settling and you're passing up on top tier for
better value.
So I would take JJ. Better value at 8. CJ will fall and continue to fall. You could pick him up in the second round or third.
I agree with you what you said at the beginning. The rest was trash and wrong because he will not go in the second. Just kidding about trash and wrong. That was being silly goose. But I'm with you. I'm with you as far as taking maybe the best player on the board. I can't fault you for that. That's why this is a serious, honest question. This is all to say, Adrian got CJ Stroud, Flowers, Addison,
Addison,
and a 24 first. I swear to God, Adrian, I would make out with all your parts right now with how great that trade was. I can't get over it. This is going to be a Debo Ayuk moment for a couple
So-
of years for me.
So we just have to acknowledge that. Did you draft them or did you trade for them after the draft? After we had our draft,
What are you talking about?
Who?
did you trade JJ for picks or did you trade him for those players?
Yeah.
No, for picks.
Picks.
So picks have high variance, and you hit on all of them so far. So it could have gone the other way. You could have had a QJ instead of an Addison. You know,
That's
stuff
why
like
the
that.
applaud comes. That's why
Yeah.
he didn't stumble on. He didn't have the. It was so masterfully done. I'm so pissed happy again that I didn't do this, and it wasn't me.
The
But
show's
you
more
got to
fun
have
with Jay on the show.
stones. You got to have such stones to deal JJ with a good roster, 3 wide receiver league. Super. I just got chills. I'm moving on because I can't handle it anymore. So,
Sorry, not be able to handle it either.
dude, I know I'm almost done. Okay, AFC South, John. I would stand again if I didn't have an erection with no undies on. Okay, John, well done, brother. I am very, very happy for you. You also will not be winning, but it's good. It looks good right now, and I love it. And honestly, you might win. You won't, but you might. And I will be
You won't.
rooting for you the whole time. Adrian, you're doing. I don't know who's going to take that division, but both of you are going to be super scary. You're going to have Achan come back. I'm not even going to pull up your team because I can't handle it right now. Kyle, masterfully tanking.
Appreciate that.
Joe, eat a bag of them. You're doing the worst.
That's
I love
my
it.
favorite part about this whole thing is that Joe's at the bottom when he's been bragging about how he has the best team in the division right now.
I know. I will give it.
He's
I will
still
give
below
Joe,
me.
I will give Joe a little credit. He did say one time, just in passing, he said, I like to be this way in chat and in fantasy with my fake friends. And although you guys are my real friends, I just want to let you know. But with my fake friends, because I would never be able to act this way in real life. He's probably probably a nice person.
Holy
So
shit.
I like his alter
I act
ego.
like this all the fucking time.
Yeah, Kyle's just
I
a
know.
douchebag.
Last division is mine. I don't want to talk about it. First of all, Renee, I don't know what's happening.
I went back to the standings.
Okay. I don't know what's happening with Renee's team.
Oh.
It's weird. It's really, really ugly. You don't have your first. I expect better of you. But I will say she's having fun. She's having fun. She's always having fun. And that's more than I can say about me. I am not having fun. I am 5-3. Zach, you can eat a bag of them too. I don't know what your team's doing, but I hope you fail. Roy, good job.
Yeah.
You're 8-0. You're not just 8-0, Roy. You are number 1 in power rank, my favorite page in MFL. Okay, you're doing really well, and I'm pissed happy again. So I'm done with JB. I hate my team.
He's
He
got
still has Laporta on taxi. Yeah, this team is insane.
I'm so pissed. He had Puka on his. He didn't pick up Puka on waivers, brother. He had him on his taxi like a G.
Yeah. He
He just had him on his taxi. He drafted him.
We were on Renee's team
So
there for a
pissed.
second. She has Kyron Williams in this league as well.
Yeah,
I want
Not
you to
sure.
know something.
Probably.
Not
She
sure.
has made it.
Go ahead.
She has made it very known that she will not be trading him because she loves him.
Homer picks.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Listen, I will trade you
also
guys anyone.
I just want to say that Roy snipes me in the draft more than any other owner ever. So
Roy is good.
I have
Roy's good.
full confidence in his drafting ability too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he gets those players, and he kind of reaches for him a little bit, but he knows he reaches for him, which sucks because I'm like, man, he should have fell. But he does a good
All
job.
right. Yeah, he does a good job, and you know what? He's decent, right? And he's nice.
Yeah.
I'll send him. I could send him any offer, insulting offer, a nice offer. He'll always hit me back. Hey, Jason, I don't want to do it, basically, but thanks so much for the offer. Really great chatting with you. Hope you have a nice day. And I'm like,
yeah,
God, I can't even be mad that he just rejected my trade, and I'm super bummed.
Maybe that's how I need to respond. when I get those HN offers.
On to, even though we didn't talk at all
So
about
no,
NFC.
no A-Chan for. Do you guys not like Dotson?
He's an
I
interesting.
just like
guy.
HN more.
I
Okay.
like
I don't
him
blame you.
in theory.
I don't like that. I like
Okay.
him.
Are you guys familiar with Matt Harmon's reception perception?
Yes,
Yeah.
of course we are.
I
Don't
would check
belittle
out the
me.
reception perception on Dotson.
You know,
And it's neat.
you know why I don't like Dotson?
Sam Howell.
Sam fucking Howell.
Makes sense. All right, SF2.
Okay, I guess it's me. Again, no prep
I'll just
work
send it
whatsoever.
to you, Adrian. I'll just send it to you and let you give me a nice little paragraph response.
All
Thanks so much. SF2.
We'll start with my
Quick
favorite
categories.
trade of the week. It's Pickle sending away to Van, Sam Howell, Jerry Jeudy, and a first for Cooper Kupp. Goddamn.
Okay, so
Goddamn.
wait, what was it? I heard some fun names in there.
Sam
happened?
Howell, Jerry Jeudy, and a first for Cooper Kupp and some trash.
Oh, wasn't that you two?
No.
was me
No,
and
Sam
Dan.
Howell was earlier. That was a couple weeks ago for Tyreek Hill and Jason.
Hold on, I need to look at this. Are we fine? Was that you, Pickle?
That was
That's
me.
Pickle and Dan.
Acquiring Cooper
Love
Cup.
it. Love
And
it.
Van.
God dang it, dude.
No
It's
one has
Superman.
ever trade raped someone so hard.
That's not true.
That's not. He didn't say that's not trade rape. He said that's not true. There's been worse.
Yeah, there's been way worse.
Wait,
I've been
okay,
on the receiving
man.
end of
Okay,
worse.
here's
That's actually
here's
not a bad.
take.
That's not a bad offer.
Here's my take. Okay, Sam Howell's on a 1-year contract.
I think that's
Who
fine. That's
did that? Don't know. Don't know who it was. Jerry Jeudy. Okay, Jerry Jeudy's he's probably fine, but also like
he's good.
he's not. He's a fucking
He's
diva.
still-
He
Actually,
thinks he's the
young.
hottest
If you-
shit on the field.
They all are.
If you look
That's
at his
how you
reception
can measure their
perception,
good.
look at his reception.
Actually, his
It's
actually
different.
his
No, it's
reception
different.
perception is not
'Cause
good.
So if Jerry Judy's not the one option, he's not trying on his route. Like it's terrible. And like go look at the Steve Smith. I'm not gonna put it up here. It's a little graphic. Go look
Yeah,
at the
what was
Steve
that?
Smith comment.
I didn't see it. Can
Oh
you-
yeah, he hates Jerry Jeudy.
He hated Jerry Jeudy, and then he was at one of the games for the Broncos, and he walked up to apologize, and then like didn't go well, and so the next week he's on national television and just chews out Jerry Jeudy. He goes, "I hope no one trades for you because he sucks."
I know this is going to be a common theme, but wait till Jerry Judy's on the Chiefs next year.
He's never gonna be on the Chiefs. They're never gonna trade for him. No, there's no way.
He
No way.
is good.
He's fine.
His reception perception is not good, though. I will say that.
That
I
how
I
is
looked the
okay?
other
Then
day.
where is he good, Jay?
Jay, why don't you just change your screen name to Matt Harmon?
Oh, dude, Matt Harmon is. Guy, have you not seen him, Pickle? Have you listened to him?
No,
He was on the CBS Dynasty show today.
Do I
we
look
all
like
know
I,
who
do I
Matt
look like I do
Harmon is.
research?
Do I look like a
Come
research
on
guy?
now.
I do. I think Jerry Jeudy in a first for Cooper Kupp.
It's not bad. It's not a bad offer.
I'd be fine with that. I like Jerry Jeudy. I'm a fan. I like his route running.
As somebody
like
who's
how?
trying to
Call me
win
crazy.
right now, you hate Jerry Jeudy.
Oh my God, Jerry Judy's
Well,
the fucking
yeah,
worst
okay.
because you're supposed to
Okay.
start him every week, but you can't start him every
Yeah,
week.
you hate starting him.
Yeah,
I know.
It's a next
You're
year
right.
move. Yeah.
You're right.
Okay,
But
next
see,
trade.
that's what Van was doing. Knowing Van, he's got a horrible team. So am I right?
Yeah,
So is that what?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
He's
good.
playing for next
Hey,
year.
And Van's doing
1 and
things,
7.
man. Not like
Yeah.
he's listening to this, but if he was
Did you win
listening
this
to
week,
this, I
Pickle?
would say he's doing big things. I like it.
And it was
All right,
it was
next
because it was
trade.
because of Cooper Cup.
Rashad White, Justin Jefferson, Tyler
Mm.
Lockett for Tyjae Spears, Jamar Chase, and Zay Jones.
Wow. Wait, what just
Wait,
happened?
JJ got moved in both conferences in this one too.
Yep.
Oh, this is Brian. This is.
Oh, that
Brian's
was
trade.
Brian. Wait, that was Brian and Joe.
Yeah.
Wait, Brian and Joe did the other one.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. Chase.
They liked it so much in one league, they tried it again.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
chime in before shit hits the fan. I prefer the Chase side.
Me too.
I
You
prefer.
prefer getting Chase.
I didn't even see the Josh Palmer. Yeah, I definitely like Chase side.
Oh yeah, Josh Palmer as well. Yeah,
I
I
think
think-
it's pretty.
I think Spears is worth more than Lockett and Rashad White.
How?
Okay, this is
Maybe
one of
next
those
year?
things
If
where
you look at
should,
his archetype, it's actually pretty obvious.
you need okay. Yeah. It's funny because you sound like the words sound like what I would say, but the actual sentence doesn't make any sense.
Honestly, that was hilarious coming out of your mouth, and I loved it.
Tyjae Spears, his usage is very good. It's like what you want to see coming from a backup running back who was drafted day 2. That's all.
Hey,
He's
how
not
about
getting the
this?
usage yet, but it's there.
Against the starting running back.
How about this though?
Yeah.
Chase is $70. Jefferson is 58. So that's a
makes a big
$12
difference.
savings is a
Yeah.
big difference in a startup.
Here's
Startup
here's the
salary
thing.
league, that $12 is the difference of you picking up a Kyron Williams.
Yeah.
With
I'm sure a lot of these had to go is probably salary included,
Yeah,
just to make the salary right.
We
Yep.
talked about
Top
Jefferson and
pocket.
Chase being like the only 2 players that would be a 1-for-1 swap. So if you remove Chase and Jefferson from this trade and you say Rashad White and Lockett for Zay Jones, Tajay Spear, and Josh Palmer, I would take Palmer over the other 2. That's why I would take the Chase side. Obviously for cap reasons, that's why those other guys were in there. It's a good trade.
We've all maybe not you, Pickle, I don't know, but I'm not in a lot of conferences with you, but the 3 of us have made some wild trades just because of salary cap. So I get it.
Bad
Wild trades because I'm an idiot.
Oh,
But also Joe's competing, so once again he has to give up Jefferson.
Yeah.
So
you have to look at it like this too, and I know Brian's looking at it like this. He's saying, I'm giving up a $70 salary in Chase. I'm getting the higher ranked player in Jefferson, and then I'm getting 2 other players like Tajay Spears. You can get something for Zay Jones, probably not much. A third, Palmer, a third.
He's serviceable as a bench player.
Yeah, no, totally. But Brian is punting, right?
Yeah.
You get Jefferson, you keep him, but then the pieces, those ancillary pieces, you can sell Tyler Lockett, who's got a $9 salary.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and he should maybe it's week 10, but he'll get a second or a 25 second.
Yep.
I know I would do that week 10 when he's popping off and doing well and doing Tyler Lockett things. I don't care if he gets in a cart. Well, okay. I don't care if he plays next year.
It's all listed as trade bait.
And Rashad White too. So I think the ancillary pieces are going to be easier for Brian to sell in Tyler Lockett and Rashad White versus Zay Jones and Palmer. But I mean, I like both of them. Good job, Joe, for getting the player that's playing, and then Brian, I'm not just fluffing you, Brian, but well done. You got the guy at $12 cheaper, and you got the wide receiver one.
Just real quick as an aside, why is Brian's team trash in every league?
Well, look. So
how does he have so many Chase, and why is he trading for so much Jefferson?
So he took on a project.
Anyway,
he took on a project in GA. He took on that project and he's working it. And then he ended up drafting this year to punt for maybe next year. But if it's a 2-year time, he drafted Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen and then Chase and then some ancillary pieces around.
Okay.
So, and he's got some little pieces, but I mean, he's got besides Allen, Mahomes, and Jefferson, no one is over $10. No one's over $9. So he's playing for next year or the year after.
Next trade,
another JJ trade, but this time it's CeeDee Lamb and a second.
Oh, it's so much rather have JJ.
Oh no!
This is This was a desperate trade, I think.
Which teams are? Okay, the Packers. That's Jake.
That's Jake.
The other one's Brax.
I think
I'm gonna make it stick. I don't care if he likes Brax or not. I'm gonna make it stick.
Oh, Braxton.
I don't hate this trade.
Braxton.
Why are you saying no Braxton?
Good job. He got his boy Jefferson.
Okay.
Dude.
I don't actually hate
Good
it, but
job.
I'm a little higher on CD than most people.
And you should be. This guy is maybe one of the funnest wide receivers to watch his routes. He is a master route runner.
He would be He would be in the Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson tier if he was in an offense that wasn't run by Mike fucking McCarthy.
Dude,
But
yeah,
he's in
and
that
maybe
offense.
so.
He's not bad.
Who isn't?
McCarthy.
Mike McCarthy.
Oh,
I'm being a little dramatic, but
Well,
No,
and if
you're-
his
I
quarterback
don't think
wasn't
you
Dak
are.
Prescott, he might be
CeeDee
better.
Lamb as a wide receiver in a vacuum is just as dominant as those two, the other two.
No, he's not as dominant as Jefferson.
No, he's just not. He's just not going up and getting everything. I don't know. Lamb is much more of a diva than Jefferson, and you see him not quitting on plays, but not seeing him through to the extent, not blocking like Jefferson will, like some of
Yeah.
these other higher tier
Yeah,
wide
I don't
receivers.
know if Lamb's as good of a blocker, I'll be honest, but
Do we
man,
care
he's-
about a round 2 pick? I mean, in this, I mean, he didn't even have to.
no. This should
he
have been
didn't
a
even have to
first,
add a first.
probably.
Yeah.
That round 2 pick is going to be a top 4.
Okay, and
Okay.
that matters.
That actually does.
That matters. But well done. And you know what? Jake did what he had to do. He got he got Madison, who's been serviceable, and he's going to use him. He's probably going to start him every week. He probably needed him, right? Let's see. Who's Jake riding? Gus Edwards. Don't worry, he's got Gus Edwards, Javonte Williams, and Pacheco. Pacheco's been
That
pretty
second
good.
round pick
Damn.
is actually currently projected to be the 201.
Yeah, okay. Never mind. I take
Okay.
it back. That's not bad.
Oh, so he couldn't give his first. So if he wanted Lamb and do something,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay,
Hey,
I guess
Jake, good job.
that makes Jake look a little bit better, but I still think he sold a little cheap, but he's trying to win right now.
Yeah.
But Jake's
That's
team
tough.
is like 4
Go to
players.
standings. What's the standings look like?
Something.
He's 5-3, so
He's
So
trying
it's a
to
tight division.
he's trying to make a move. It is a very tight division. I'm in that division.
Okay.
Huh. Didn't notice that your team was awesome.
Thank you.
Damn, guys, I have to go.
Okay.
Sorry I couldn't jump on right away, but
It's all
loved
good.
being back, guys. Hey, love
Nice
you.
having you.
Pieces. I'll be seeing you guys in Discord tomorrow.
See you
Later,
next
man.
week, Jay.
have a good night.
Later, guys.
See ya. I'm not sure I've ever met anybody with such polarizing takes.
Jay?
Like good or bad, very polarizing.
I think mine are more polarizing, but
You're
I
here?
don't make a big stink about it.
Where you're here. He's standing up and clapping for you, or he's telling you to go to hell.
Holy shit. I want to die when I see your team.
That's funny.
Oh my god. The worst team I've ever seen. Holy shit.
Yeah. That's I gotta go like this.
My eyes are going to melt out of my face. Okay. Once again, didn't do any research, so let's see. Hold on.
You're just
Okay,
winging it.
Steelers. Let's see. Who are you? Brian
Looks good. He's got a lot of points.
Brian
for.
S.
He does. Yeah, he's killing it.
Great team.
You know what
Love it.
you know who he has? He has Thielen. It's a common denominator.
Yeah,
for
makes
these
sense.
top scoring teams.
Jason K. Love it. Love what you're doing. Love it. About to pass Adrian. No offense. Your team is
Never.
trash.
Never.
Wait, actually, an awesome team. Love that. Love that right there. Get rid of that one. Okay.
Why? Look what he did last week. See, again, you didn't watch football last week and you missed what he did.
You missed a
Pull up his
lot.
score.
Who?
Pull up his score.
Desmond Ritter?
Yeah.
Yeah, he actually.
I don't care
He's
what
not-
Desmond Ritter did on the points
he's
because
not-
I know what he looks like on the field.
he actually doesn't look that bad.
Terrible.
And he actually threw a touchdown to Pitts.
He did
Great.
have 3 interceptions this week, but
My point has been
But-
made.
Still serviceable.
He's
I
serviceable
think
as a
he's
fantasy
not
quarterback.
bad.
Look at that. 40 points the week before against the
He's
Texans.
serviceable as a quarterback in fantasy. He is the worst starting quarterback in the NFL.
That's not true.
It
Jimmy
is.
Garoppolo's a starting quarterback.
He's not. He's injured.
He was. You're right. You're right. You got me there. That was
He is pretty bad. Jimmy Garoppolo also is pretty bad. Okay, where was I? This is awesome. Love that. Don't really know what's going to happen here, but I'm pretty sure it's the Titans. And this one's more
Jay.
awesome. Is this Jay?
Why is that?
Jay,
AFC
I
so
want to
gross?
stab my eyes out looking at this team. Terrible.
He's punting.
The
I
AFC
hope so, because if he's not, this is a disaster.
the AFC is like weird. There's a lot of really bad teams there.
It's pretty much the Steelers and
That's
well, I
it.
guess Adrian and and Jason are both going to be wild cards.
AFC North is going to bring out 2 wild cards, and they're both going to be at 500.
Amazing. And then there's the Bengals. Roy, what happened, man? You're so good in every other league, and you have dog shit in this one. How's my AJ impression? Is it good?
It's definitely an impression.
Okay. A impression. Where are we? Zach is still at the top. That's nice, but
At
I have a
5
feeling
and
that's not
3.
going to last.
Oh, look at
Yeah,
that! Look at the
120
Carolina.
points.
Yeah, he's almost the 4th highest PF in the league, or in the division. So we'll see how that ends. And then I think
Renee.
it might just end up being this Renee. I'm second place. What the fuck is happening?
Oh, look at the Seahawks. 933.
Yeah, I should not be second. Anyways, I think I have a feeling it's going to be the Rams and the Steelers. And there's a large margin for upset here because it's a startup season, but that's what it's looking like right now.
You didn't even talk about the NFC North.
Oh yeah, whatever. The Lions. Trash. At least he's got his backup. Trash. Man, I really
he's
did
got
no research.
Swift.
Oh, this is nice. I like that. Like that too.
He's got Thielen. Common
He
denominator.
does have Thielen.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I
Too-
probably won't be able to trade for him.
No, not like this. You won't.
No.
I do like your team. I think your team's good. I think that it's gonna be a slog for you right up until playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Cooper Cup and Hill are pretty stout.
I've started.
They stay healthy.
We've done 6 weeks. 3 of the 6 weeks, I've had to start a player that's injured
Yeah.
because the running backs have just gone through the gauntlet.
So
I've started with 1 man down 3 of the 6 weeks.
This is an awesome running back room on paper, though.
Yeah, on paper, it looks great.
I will say, I think the first thing you're going to want to do is figure out a new quarterback situation. I think
it's pretty.
like package Jordan Love and Zach Wilson for like a, I don't know, Stafford.
No, you need a third. You need a third quarterback
or a Brock
in a
Purdy,
super
maybe.
flex. I think you're fine. Jordan Love is serviceable.
Jordan Love and Purdy are not league winners, but Tyreek Hill and Cooper Cup
Yeah,
could be.
I mean, you're not going to be able to get like a Allen or a Hurts or anything like that unless you give up something big. So
you can't really upgrade on the running backs either, especially with those salaries.
Nope. They're just
and you have Hawk and Kittle. I think
Kittle's nobody wants Kittle. He's a hard piece to
want
move.
Kittle. I just don't want to trade what you want for him.
I'm not looking for a lot. Are you? You're not even in the NFC.
Yes, I am. I'm 49ers, baby.
Oh, I already traded with you. Your team's hot.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Dog water.
I'm second place in my division.
Ooh, you have JSN.
Ooh.
See, now maybe
you want JSN as a competitor.
Jordan Love and Kittle for somebody, maybe an upgrade.
Jordan Love and Kittle for Geno Smith.
An upgrade or something.
Yeah, I would do that.
Of course you'd do that.
What do you need Kittle for?
I don't know, man. I love Geno Smith.
All right, so that was SF2.
Yep.
So I was going to talk about this earlier, and I kind of said it at the beginning, but I think some people get lost in the idea with Dynasty of like in a perpetual rebuild, even when they're contending, where the point of these leagues, the point of Dynasty or fantasy football is to win. And I think we've seen 2 of James's teams where like they look so bad, but they are scoring points. Like if you score more points than your opponent every week, guess what? You're winning. It doesn't matter if you have the 101 or the 116 or you have no picks at all. But like if you win the league, like that's why you're doing this. I just feel like I've noticed that, and I've seen people hesitant to trade because they're like, oh, well then I'll be giving up a future piece. And it's like, I thought you were trying to win now.
Yeah, it's definitely if you're a win now. I mean, that's what you have to do. Some people are just too afraid to give up their picks.
The counterpoint to that is that I don't think everyone's as good at trading as some of us are. So like imagine if you had traded your first for Najee Harris and another running back was the last thing you needed, and it turns out that he is like terrible, that like unstartable this year.
Yeah.
And we don't personally, I think Najee is still a great player. I think that entire team is a wasteland this year.
Mm-hmm.
But like imagine that's the trade that you made in the offseason or even in like week 2, like you're buying low on a supposed running back 1. That's the fear that people have that stops them from making that trade.
Yeah, but I'm thinking Pickle's talking about like in season, like when you know what your team looks like and if it's gonna compete or not in the off season.
Yeah.
Right.
Either way, I am talking more in season, but
Yeah.
either way, like if you're not making trades, it is going to be so incredibly hard for you to be any kind of successful. Like you have, and it's not just I made a trade this season. Like you have to constantly be willing to, and Adrian's a really good example of this, like be willing to move players like JJ. Like that was an off-season move, but he said, you know what? I'll mix things up. Like
yeah. And
no players.
My thing is I had no depth. I had no depth and no picks. So
it was like,
I had
hey,
to do something.
This will give me depth. This will give me picks. Like this will solve my problem. Every player has value, and most teams can eventually meet that. I'm not saying you sell the farm for one player.
That is an uncommon opinion. There are so many people, even in the Shark Leagues out there, there are so many people that go, this player is worthless. And it's like a Samaje Perine type. Like they definitely have worth. They definitely have worth. And it goes all the way down the list. Like Justin Ross has worth. And it might not be as points.
Yeah.
It's as like storing value on your team. Every player except for like Josh Gordon in 2023. You know, like most every player that you're
Julio
rostering.
Jones, no value.
Terrible.
Okay. I mean,
I gotta go revoke all my bids.
You're not going to sell an older player in a league, you know, in a dynasty league, or someone that's not going to buy an older player in a dynasty league for picks unless they're competing and need that piece.
Right.
Yeah.
And you don't have to make blockbuster trades to make your team better. You don't need to be trading away the best player on your team for 2 firsts and another good player and be like, there, I did something cool. Like we saw a Logan Thomas for a 3rd. That's going to make you better. But if you're not active and you're not, I mean, like maybe he's got no tight ends, right? So maybe he was forced into that. But like those kinds of like ugly trades that we talk about, it's like, we don't like talking about it because it's not exciting, but it helps you become better. I think even more so, it gives you a better idea of what, like how to trade well and how to negotiate. And if you don't trade at all, like you're going to go into a blockbuster trade and not have a good idea of value of what you value your own players. So I would say like, be active, be really active. If you make a bad trade, that's fine. Look at my GA team. It's dog water. It's so bad. I've traded my way out of a team that almost made playoffs 2 years ago to a team that has no chance for the next 2 years. Like, but that's okay. I feel like I made a good trade with Kamara. And I was like, okay, great. Make you one good trade, followed up with another good trade and another good trade. All of a sudden, you've worked your way into a couple of seconds and you hit on one of them. Like, I don't know. But if you're just like, oh, I don't want to make a trade because what if I screw up again? Like, you're never going to win. And
yeah, I've screwed up plenty.
Like, the point is to win. The point's not to have the most picks. It's not to have the youngest roster. It's not to have the coolest look. Like, the point is to win. So how are you going to put up points if you're not trading? It's really hard to win.
And I think the small sample size is compounded too. So the inexperienced or bad traders that are afraid to trade, they'll usually gravitate towards like, okay, well, I'm not trading anyone unless you're giving me like AJ Brown or something. And that cuts out probably 99% of the trades that would happen in the first place. Because most of the time they're not going to trade a stud unless they really need depth. like a Justin Jefferson situation.
Yeah.
The other thing is that if you're not making a ton of trades, like you're not able to not as good at properly assessing like what a trade value is going to be. Like you might be able to say that Christian Watson is a top 20 wide receiver, but that doesn't mean anything if you're putting 5-6 pieces in the trade. And then I had another thought. Go ahead.
No,
Hold on, let me think about that.
that's good. Like use other people as a sounding board when you're trying to figure out value. I really Jay has done this to me. I've done trades with him, and he's like, this player I value at a late first or an early second. That's the value I'm looking for. And then you can kind of agree or disagree, but then that gives you a place to look like, okay, who would you try and take at late first, early second? Who has gone historically there? What type of players fit that mold? And that, like, just even having those conversations gives you a better idea of what to value your players at and other people's players that you want. And then you can give a fair trade. And those are kind of the most fun when everybody's like, yeah, I feel like we both won.
Yeah. I remember what the last thing was. If you're making a lower amount of trades, it's more likely that you're not going to hit on being net positive. So a good trader's not trading and winning 80% of their trades. A good trader's trading and winning just over 50%. Like,
yeah, 52.
Maybe 55 is an excellent trade rate.
Yeah.
If you're winning 55% of your trades, keep going, right? Not that volume is king, but it helps balance out the negatives. If you stop trading because you made a bad trade, like that's not going to get any better. You gotta fix it somehow. Either doing a 1-year rebuild or trading something into pieces that you think are gonna improve in value, and then flipping those and getting back to where you can try and make another big trade or even a moderate trade. Like the people trading for Adam Thielen or the people trading away Justin Jefferson are people that aren't afraid to make trades with big pieces that some people are just going to say, I'm never trading Justin Jefferson ever.
Yeah.
Or I'm never trading for a 33-year-old washed up wide receiver who got cut from his own team. So I think
I like seeing these moves where people are making moves to compete, because every week counts. I mean, you got to win your weeks. So it's because you're going to go up against that team that's 1-5, and they're just all the players that they have are going to just go off, and you're going to end up losing to that team. And
Zach in 32.
Right.
Zach in every league.
Oh, did
he's not gonna watch this one anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. It's neat to see the movement. So
yeah,
I enjoy it. Like I
GA, said, I was shocked.
That's a ton of trades. I mean, that was like 12 trades in a week, and it was pretty. Like I was gonna say it's about 32, but like the NFC,
and none of them were me.
Doesn't trade at all.
For once,
the AFC is fairly active.
Yeah,
which is just kind of interesting. But like, you got to make those trades. I don't know. Yeah, you just can't be scared of like losing a trade and let that hold you back. Obviously, if somebody's like, here, I want Justin Jefferson, I'll give you a third. Like, yeah, that you should be afraid of that. But
you can
when you're like hemming and hawing, you're like, oh, I don't know, like maybe it's good, maybe it's not. Like,
well, what a third's worth?
Go, go and ask, message somebody, like, hey, like, what do you think about this trade? Like, just get somebody's opinion. I did that for like a year, where I was asking like 4 people. I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing, and these trades are coming in. Like, what
Dynasty owners cannot help themselves. They have to talk about it, even if it's to their detriment.
Yeah. Just talk about it. You'll learn something. Even those of you like that have been around for a while, like you can still just like gauge value. Oh, that guy was going for that much everywhere. Like, oh, I valued him, less than that or more than that. And then, respond accordingly. Go send a trade, go try and get him if you think, that's your guy, something like that. But you gotta be active, because you want to score points if you want to win.
And plus it's fun.
It's so fun. Adrian's point a couple weeks ago about like you're paying for entertainment.
Yeah.
Like entertain yourself. Like
Yeah.
just make those trades.
It might just end up working.
Yeah. It might not. So make some more.
Right.
All right. I think we should call it here. It's hour 50. Good show.
Yeah, how do we go hour 50 without Zach?
If you
You know,
seriously, like,
Jay's the problem. It's not Zach.
yeah.
All right.
That-
All the guys out there, all the gals, keep grinding.
Later.
See you
Yeah.
next week.
Peace.
Keep on trading.